Okay, this is the summary of today's mastermind. We had two very good topics. This mastermind was open, which means that at the end of every month we have an open mastermind where everybody can ask any questions. And the two main questions that we had for this session was number one, how to structure the newsletter sendouts. And I basically explained how I do it because mine has been very successful over the last 15 years. And I have four sections. Section number one is a personal in nature. So I talk anything about that I can or want to share about my family and what I do in life. And by far, that's the one that people open the most, and I have a database of about 5 to 6,000 clients. Okay. Number two, the second section is the most interesting and funny post that I've seen in social media, because when somebody's opening a newsletter, they want entertainment. So that makes sure that people kind of feel happy when they see my newsletter. Number three, it's something that is important to me. In my case, it's Spanish wisdom. So I have a saying in English that I translate into Spanish, or a one in Spanish that I translate into English. But for you guys, could be anything that you are passionate about: dogs, helping the environment, golf, a hobby, anything that you care about and that is typical to you. And number fourth is just my contact information or a mortgage tip. Have in mind that the main number one reason people, in my opinion, my number one reason for my newsletter is for them to not unsubscribe. Because if they kept the subscription and they receive my monthly newsletter, every time they open it up, they will remember that I'm a mortgage broker, and that's been very key to my success. And I get all the time files and new applications just because I send my newsletter. And the second point that we discussed was trade shows, how to go about doing trade shows. And we had different people. Glenn said that in his experience it didn't work. He kind of spent money and it didn't work. But Manny put a twist that is very good. He likes not doing the trade show as a sponsor, but going as a client and talking to all the booths. So he collects a lot of information, good conversations, good contacts, and he can fill up his database with new contacts just from doing the trade show. And he picks carefully the ones he wants to attend. Martin said that that wasn't a good idea to call Mondays because Mondays people are very busy. So pick another day just to follow up. And Clarence had the very good idea of following up and doing meetings in person as well, especially with referral sources, if it's something that you're doing. And Amy had an amazing, for example, she attends a wedding trade show as a model, so she gets to talk to the guest, and it's super engaging. And exhibitors want to talk to her, and then they ask her if she does this for full time, and she goes, "No, actually, I'm a mortgage broker," and that starts the conversation, and that's very good. Two books I recommend on these discussions. One is The Ultimate Sales Machine by Chet Holmes, and The Blue Ocean Strategy. If you like to read books, those two books are masters, and I think you should read them. And also, for contacting on trade shows, people kind of recommended a few technology. One is ovou.com, which has a QR code. It's like an e-card. The other one is popl.co. That's another visual card. There's tons of software on that. And the last one is beacons.ai. Beacons.ai. See you at the next mastermind. All the best.